Hi, Taurus rising sign. Here is your weekly forecast starting on the 4th of May until the 13th of May. So, hello, Taurus rising. Welcome back. We are looking at the astrological weather from 4th of May to 13th of May 2026. For you, this window is all about balancing your personal identity with potentially the demands of your career and then moving into a period of deep domestic nurturing and local connections. You are being asked to integrate how you present yourself to the world with the practical reality of your daily life. So let's break down the timing. But before we do that, I would like to invite you to check out my new course coming up on relocation. 16 classes. It will be mega packed with information and guaranteed that you are going to be able to figure out where you should live a happy life. So I'm going to be teaching you 6 techniques, some timing techniques to determine the best place for you. But the first up is Ceres in Taurus, sextile Jupiter in Cancer. The Ceres in your first house emphasizes your physical body, self-worth, self-care. Sextile in Jupiter in your third house, the house of communication and local environment. So this is a beautiful day for self-care through your daily routines. Maybe you decide to take a personal day to handle local errands and focus on a course of study that boosts your confidence. You feel secure in your environment as well. This is a day when you should prioritize your physical comfort when dealing with neighbors or siblings, so you have to create certain type of boundaries potentially with them. This is also about you potentially wanting to kind of speak up about something. But don't let your busy schedule override your need for physical self-care. So we can overstretch ourselves a little bit. I mean, this is slightly bit of a comfortable type of aspect. So therefore, I wouldn't be running so much errands. Also, I can imagine, for example, that it's just all about a get together with a friend of yours. And then maybe we just kind of go on a little bit of a getaway, a short trip that you can be doing with this. Now, Mercury is also squaring Pluto. I mean, Mercury is in your first house and then squaring Pluto and Juno in your 10th house. And this is where the tension is happening. Your identity is being challenged by your career, the public standing, or even a boss of yours. You may be asked to change your professional appearance, your stance on an issue, or your approach to a project to kind of satisfy a group, a boss, an industry standard. This energy feels a bit intense as well as rigid. But we have got a trine to the south node and the sextile to the north node. So you can really use the Mercury south node trine to rely on your tried and true creative skills. Don't throw away what you already know because already know works just because others kind of like demand that. This could be an energy where people just ask you to kind of calm down a little bit. Don't shine as much. Don't be too creative. Potentially, they don't want you to, in a way, show yourself as much as you would like to. However, don't cave into career pressure without logically analyzing the situation. Of course, Mercury is in sextile to the North Node as well. So again, you might be thinking about job changes, and then that North Node might suggest that you want to be taking a different direction, as well as potentially you might ask for a favor for someone, from someone who would be able to give you the guidance that you need. So you can turn to your friends to get a bit of a support. Now, what's very important here is that Mercury is the dispositor of your South Node. So this could even talk to us about having to let go of wanting to shine and wanting to be in the middle of attention. And imagine that Pluto is going to tell you, in a way, with that square to Mercury, that they don't appreciate you being in the limelight, stealing the light, Or simply, it's time to actually get appreciated for all your efforts. And in a way, you have to be standing up for yourself and letting people know that this is something that I have created. Now we have got the Pallas conjunction to Neptune in your 12th house as well. And the 12th house is the house of subconscious and spiritual retreats. So maybe you get a profound, mystical, strategic insight regarding a hidden obstacle in your life. You might feel drawn to meditation or solitude to see the solution to a problem that has been kind of plaguing you. So this is when you have to trust your intuition if you feel the need for a total reset and a bit of a retreat. So it makes sense, right, with the first house, which is all about pampering. And the tension is with Pluto and Juno that I have made commitments to a project, to a boss. But all these planetary energies in your 12th house is actually reminding you that sometimes we need a personal day off. However, don't let your imagination run wild. Ground your insights before acting on them, because of course, Aries impulses are always raw and it wants us to run the marathon without preparing for it. Now, Demeter enters Leo, which is actually your fourth house until 6th of August. And Demeter in the fourth house is about home and family, surely, because Demeter is also a mother archetype. So this is a period of nesting. So you feel a deep urge to make your home a place of abundance and pride, and in a way, joy as well. So you might be doing some gardening, renovating, maybe simply being the host, who nurtures everyone. Of course, this could be causing a bit of a challenge for you as well, right? Because as soon as the matter goes into Leo, it's going to start reactivating that Pluto Mercury square as well that you have just gone through. So again, do I get appreciated for all the work that I do at home, as well as navigating, the career demands and so forth? This is a great time to invest in the beauty and the functionality of your home. But don't assume the parent's role in every family dynamic. Let others contribute to it as well. This is where you're going to have to be able to draw the line. Now, the sun is in your first house, and then now meets up Jupiter in Cancer with a sextile. So your personality aligns beautifully with your daily communication. So you can have a conversation that boosts your personal vitality, whether it is with a sibling, a neighbor, or through a local class or even social media. The information you exchange helps you feel more confident in your skin. Potentially, this might be even an indication that you are going to be receiving good news, for example, about living conditions, relocations as well. This is when you should be speaking your mind very clearly. However, don't overpromise on local, maybe social commitments because you might not be able to deliver them. Even Mercury is making a sextile to Jupiter as well. So that's quite a productive aspect here because you can finalize a plan related to a local project or a short distance trip. Potentially, this is feeling like I'm understood, I'm intellectually supported. So you can finish that email, book the ticket, or have that clear conversation, but don't leave loose ends in your local community. So, because then the sextile is not giving you the opportunity to kind of have certain type of closures. Vesta enters your 12th house, so I think you are called to a sacred period of spiritual practice and private work. This is an incubation period, so it looks like that you have been working on yourself for a while now. You are ready to kind of launch something, and then Vesta wants to kind of finish on the endings. Maybe dedicate 15 minutes a day to silence or private prayer or meditation. It's going to anchor that Aries part of your chart. But don't let your private spiritual work become kind of a public performance. Keep this a flame private. Do it for yourself. Bacchus enters Cancer this week as well, which is, of course, your third house. So you find joy in mundane, a coffee with a friend, a beautiful drive, or kind of like a celebratory call with a sibling. It's potentially a nice connection being made with the friends. Yes, it can be overstretching a little bit. Maybe it's just you decide that you're gonna go for a walk as an act of pleasure, but don't overindulge in gossip or superficial social media chatter. Keep your communication joyful, but make sure it's not draining you. So, Taurus rising sign this week, you are balancing the expectations of your career with your need for personal authenticity. By the end of the week, you move into a beautiful period of domestic pride, as well as a sacred kind of quiet focus. I think you are being asked to nurture your private sanctuary and find joy in your local daily connections. This is about keeping your spiritual practice private and make your home kind of like your castle. It's a bit of a resting for me. And I would also say, though, that we still have got, a transitioning happening between your 12th and first house. So this is exactly where you see that you are kind of like coming out of that cocoon period, like on the contemplation and that incubation period. And then you are moving into more of a more stable version of yourself. And this is why these energies are getting activated in your first house so that you have to talk, you have to create that inner sanctuary, and so forth. I think it is also making you very imaginative as well. I think you might like talking about spiritual topics, mysteries, or occult, or certain type of secrets this week too. And you can really gain some very cool, valuable information if you do that, meditation or stuff like that, which might be going to be able to tell you which way to go. And then you might decide with Jupiter that I want to be sharing this information with others as well. This is a bit of a selfless act of kind as well. So you might just end up helping a neighbor around you, for example, without expecting much in return. But active rest is important. And sometimes the active rest, is about not just about watching movies and listening to music and relaxation, but that's where the gardening could be coming into the picture. I think we have got quite nice supportive aspects this week, which can boost your confidence, your belief system, the belief in you, and that could lead to certain type of good luck as well. And that could be material, that could be a spiritual growth, that could be even a chance for you with Mercury ruling your second house, making a sextile to Jupiter, that you are making a good bargain. You are going to the local market and I don't know, something is sold for $10 and then you get it for five. And obviously that makes you feel good, right? So this is potentially bringing you financial opportunities this week. And maybe it's just all about you starting a new project. Remember, Mercury is in trine to the South Node. And possibly that could talk to you about creativity as well, a creative talent that you rediscover. And once Mercury goes into meeting up Jupiter, then maybe I'm going to be able to sell that creative project. It also looks like that you have to be a little bit more quiet in order for you to reach some of your goals as well. But there is a bit of a resistance there, right? So the public or a boss of yours is resisting something. But let's just travel, let's expand your horizon. This is brilliant for studying as well, if that's what you would like to do. So, good luck, Taurus rising. Thank you for being here. Please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, potentially share it with others as well. And I will see you in my next forecast. Take care. Bye bye.